an unboxing slash unbuilt kit review of the Lock Forte. I received this for my Rocketry Forum Secret Santa this year. I am super pleased with it. So I decided I was going to make it the second episode of my rocket review thing, after the Wild Man Punishment. So let's get her open and see what it looks like inside. We have got, of course, our main airframe. Wow, with everything else packaged in it. This is a 4-fin rocket. We have decals. These ones go on the fins. We'll see if I actually remember those exist by the time I get this rocket built. Hopefully by the end of this week it will be built. We've got a nice Forte sticker here. It comes with a Nomex parachute protector. You'll notice this will have as a cardboard kit. I think this is probably, I think it's 130, 150, something like that. I'll have to look it up. I'll put it on the screen afterwards. Like I said, I received this one as a gift, so I don't know off the top of my head. But you'll notice it's a cardboard kit for a level 1, level 2 style rocket. It's going to come with more stuff than the Wild Man Punisher 3, which was a fiberglass kit. And that's because cardboard's a lot cheaper than fiberglass, so they can afford to do stuff like this. It has a bag of goodies. Oh, come on. We have a purple parachute, sized for the rocket, so you don't have to figure that out yourself. It's kind of nice. It's got a spill hole in the center of it. It is not hemmed, so I'm not too happy with that. I don't even know if this is, yeah, it's nylon, I bet. It's ripstop. Seems pretty thin. It's kind of nice. Nice lines. I'm happy with that. They are plenty thick for this size rocket. And with the chute protector, it shouldn't be, you shouldn't be worrying too much about burning up your lines. We've got an electronics bay or coupler. I'm pretty sure it's an electronics bay because I see bulkheads here. Or a bulkhead. Nope, this is a bulkhead. So this may only be a single deploy rocket. I did not actually look too closely at it. It would be very easy to modify into a dual deploy rocket. One bulkhead. And a hardware kit that includes an eye bolt that is not a forged eye bolt that has a gap in it. This is not recommended. One of the things I will point out about lock kits that I do not like. Probably not going to use that eye bolt anyways. It's a 1/4-20 eye bolt without the with the gap in it. It's not a forged eye bolt. Nylon shock cord. I will say outright I prefer Kevlar for its fire resistance, but again, we've got a nice big chute protector that should protect the majority of this cable. And if I'm honest, I have nylon lines that have gotten a little crusty after 30 or so launches, but are otherwise working just fine. So I don't really have that big of an issue with nylon as a shock cord. Plenty length of it. Very, very long. Longer is better with shock cords, especially with nylon and Kevlar, as opposed to the elastic you get in like Estes kits. This has basically no give, so you have to use air resistance to slow down the nose cone of the rocket as it separates, or the payload bay in this case. So longer line means that there'll be less, when it finishes extending, there'll be less yank on it. So, nice, very long. I believe it has sewn end loops on it. Yes, this end at least has a sewn end loop on it. Is there a third one? Nope, it's just the end loops. I do not see a third loop on here, which is fine. You don't need a third loop. It's just a nice extra. We're going to set that aside now. In the kit, you also get, oops. That's a quick link that fell down. You get rail buttons. I'm going to grab my quick link. you get a quick link, which I love because it allows you to detach the recovery harness, make things when you're picking the rocket back up from the field. You can quickly detach it, shove everything down the tube, and bring it back to your home base, if you will, wherever you're setting up your rockets. I put quick links on just about every single one of my rockets. We have the fins, plywood fins, 4 of them. We will do the airframe test right now to see if they fit nicely in the airframe, like the Punisher did. Wow, this is a thick plastic bag. It does appear to be well packaged. It came in a box that looked basically identical to the one I showed in the Wildman Punisher, but it also came in the bag with the faceplate, whatever you want to call it, that shows what the rocket is, as opposed to just raw in the box. And the fit test. Oh, these fit really, really nicely. Those fit really nicely. Yep. They do wobble a little bit, but that's fine. You have to be careful when you put those things in, make sure they're aligned properly anyways. And we have, it looks like, 3 centering rings. We have another forged eye bolt. This one's smaller. This is like a number 10 or something like that eye bolt. It is not forged again. Once again, they probably won't use it. I am a big fan of forged eye bolts where they don't have that gap near the bottom of them. We have a Z-clip motor retainer. I hate Z-clip motor retainers. Every single time I have seen a motor ejected from a rocket, it was using a Z-clip motor retainer. That is just my personal experience. I'm sure thousands of rockets have launched just fine with Z-clip motor retainers. I don't like them. And in some cases, it's kind of based on the space. If you've got a big cluster, it's the only way you can do it. But I generally don't like these. I don't like that as a motor retention system, and personally, I won't use it. 3 centering rings. Love 3 centering rings. It's the way to go. It allows you to get the motor into the rocket, or get the motor tube, 38mm motor tube, into the rocket and align with 2 centerings, the forward 2 centering rings, so that you can get good internal fillets on your fins. So they're a little tight. Once again, that's fine because you'll sand this tube, you get the glassine off it, and they'll slide right on. Pre-drilled for recovery. And this is probably initially meant for the, this is also, I bet this is pre-drilled, well, for their recovery system, the Z-clips, but you can also use that as a way to pull out the centering ring when you don't bond this one on at the end, and you use the other 2 to line it. You do all the internal fillet things like I said before. Really, really like that. I like the fact that you get all the parachutes and stuff with it. And the other parts of this, we have a payload tube and a nose cone. Nose cone, if you're going to turn this into an eBay, which I don't think I will. I think I'm going to launch this rocket dumb all the time. So this will end up permanently attached there, or semi-permanently. I'll probably attach it with removable rivets. And you get your coupler with your bulkhead, and that kind of forms the front of the rocket with your recovery attachment here. Super simple design. Plastic nose cone. There's flashing on it you have to take off. It is black. There is a point where the flashing was connected to something here, and that's going to take some sanding. That's pretty rough. Yeah. And if you do use this as dual deploy and you're using this as an eBay, you're making that modification, make sure you do not use this little hook here. Just take it off. You want to put a bolt in there and use the center hole there. Just drill it out to the size you need. It's probably already pretty close to 1/4 and then thread it, and then put a bunch of epoxy up in the threads, and then thread in your eye bolt, and you'll be fine. Yeah. So, for the kit, fit and finish is pretty solid for a cardboard rocket. Plastic nose cone, I'm not terribly happy with how it came out. I don't know if you're ever going to see this in the video. It's just that there's a lot of flashing and there's a lot of inconsistency in the top part of the nose cone that if I really wanted to paint this really, really well, which I don't, is going to take a lot of work to make look good. Other than that, the Nomex here is not like hemmed, which is fine. It's going to get beat up regardless. The chute's fine too. I like that it has a spill hole in it. I'm a big fan of spill holes. I do fly in the east here in Michigan where we have soft ground but not a lot of open space generally. So having a rocket come down faster is preferable for us as opposed to out west where you're landing on rocks. So yeah, it's a good rocket. It's a good kit. For the price, I'm assuming it's around $150 here, but I'll put that, like, once again, I'll put the price in the description down there and a link to where you can buy it. It's a solid, like, level 1 rocket. It's got a 38mm motor mount. Probably take all the way up to J's, though you're looking probably 5,000 feet in a J, and then that without an electronics bay to find the rocket. Yeah, but it'll fly on H's, I's, and G's all day long for sure. Even G's, it's going to go up pretty quick, pretty high, probably 1,500, 2,000 feet, somewhere around there. So, yeah, it's a solid rocket, and I'll see you next time.